Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Eve. This is Everyday Artist and welcome. And the ears you see here are Rogue. Who's being a good girl today, huh? I can't believe it's March already. Not only is it March, it's a few days into March. Things go by so quickly. I remember when I was a child, a year seemed forever. Stop. So somebody's banging next door. Okay, so I have another FFO. I have a loud dog. I have a finish. A little bit of work done on my winter cross stitch camp piece, which I did not finish, and a tiny little start on this month's whip go. I am going to adjust the camera just a second. Sorry, felt like I was, I don't know, tilted or something. Anyway, a while back I did a Stitchy Oh, I have more than one of her patterns. You'd think I could remember her name. Stitchy Princess. Yeah. Anyway, I like her patterns. And so a couple years ago, I bought 2 of her Easter patterns because I like the way she makes bunnies. And this is Bunnies at the Cafe. I did it pretty simply, which, as you know from looking at Daisy May last week, is very unlike me. But since this is a clear tray, I thought minimal would look better. And I had to adjust the color on this dress because it just wasn't looking pink. It wasn't showing up at all as pink. And I really wanted it to. But I've had it there in my finished pile for a little while, and I thought, Easter's coming up, I better finish it. So there is my FFO. See the tiny little bunnies? I had other stuff that I was like, oh, I can put all this stuff in there and these ribbons and blah, blah, blah. And I was just like, no. I have a lot of Easter finishes, FFOs, you know. And they're all pretty much got a lot of stuff on them, kind of. But this just, I think, because of it being finished on this clear tray, I think it looks good like this with less. I cannot tell you where I got this clear tray. Maybe at Target. I don't know. And I know I got it a while back, not recently. So, okay, so that's my FFO. I know, there's people outside. They're allowed to be outside. It's a beautiful day. So my finish is, again, Stitchy Princess, rabbits, carrots, and eggs. And I decided to only do up to here because the more I looked at it, this looked like a different pattern. It didn't really seem to mesh well. And then the way I was changing colors and everything, I wasn't sure it would feel like it belonged together. I kept working on this after the end of the month. So, because it was so close to being done, I was like, I gotta finish it. So here it is. Oh, of course, sun's shining through it. The sun isn't really shining in this room, but just enough of this back window. The only place I changed color was on the eggs and the bunnies. The carrots and those little vines, those are the colors as charted. But I wanted it to be brighter, more Eastery. And I tried doing the bunnies in white as they're called for, but the white really didn't show up. Now the white shows up very well inside the eggs because that dark color, but by itself the bunnies would have disappeared. And so I'd seen Helen D turn them into chocolate bunnies, and I also saw Helen D do only the top half, which is why I was even thinking about it like that. But I kind of was like, well, maybe I'll do it all, and because I like the pattern. But as I was getting more and more done, I was like, yeah, but how would I make the bottom half as colorful as the top? Because most of it is this light green color and orange. So I thought, I don't know. And the eggs were very little. So that is my finish. And hopefully I can get it FFO'd before Easter. I have 1, 2, 3, now 4 specifically Easter cross stitch patterns. And spring patterns I've got, besides the berries, 2 FFOs out. One's a lemon cat and one's a bee. So here we are. Anyway, so I'm like, and then I bought, I think a year ago, a book of Easter patterns by Twin Peak Primitives. I love their designs, and when I looked at it for the book, I was like, oh yeah, I could do one of those. They're little, and they're not that little, but I put the pattern into the patterns, but not one at a time. I put them into my tablet, what the program's called. And I was having all kinds of problems with it. So I just printed it out. And one of the patterns, the first one, wasn't showing up on the tablet, and it also didn't print very well. And I contacted them, and they tried to rectify it right away. And I was just like, I still can't see this. But I think what I'm going to do is copy them on the dark setting. You know how on your printer or copier you can select it to be darker. And then color in, because it's a black and white pattern, color in what color is supposed to be where. I think that's the only way I'd be able to do it, because they're really cute patterns. Anyway. So because I was concentrating so much on rabbits, carrots, and eggs, I did not finish Crismoose Berry, my winter cross stitch camp piece. Not just because of that. I had to frog almost the whole thing that I'd done and, redo it. But I'm really, this pattern, there's parts of this pattern that are so cute, and they're like, you can't see any of them. And there's 2 bunnies that look like that. See the back of this bunny? And then some trees. So it's cute. But remember the problem I had with the ears, the DMC alternative being almost the same color as the moose? When you look at that wreath, it contrasts very nicely with the moose. And so does red. And on this littler one too. Maybe it's the DMC conversion. Maybe I should have just used a different color that showed up better. But that wreath, compared to this, you can't see it as well. And after I put it all in, I just decided, you know what, I'm just going to leave it like that because I'm tired of frogging this piece. Just having so many issues. You can see it. It's just, it's not as contrasty as the other one. What am I going to do, right? So I'm going to put this aside and work on it mañana, some other day. Before I show you the, well, no, I'll show you this. One of my March Whip Go challenges is Holly Jolly Christmas. Again, I have done both of these, but I only FFO'd one. This is my progress. Now, when I started it at the beginning of this month, I had part of, I actually had it up to about here with this row, but I noticed that the openings were supposed to be in the row above, so I had to frog all that and restitch it. And I just have one day in this, not even a whole day, just, you know, a couple hours. I like this pattern, and I'm looking forward to having this and the berries. So I was thinking about doing this as a flat fold or something like that, so that it would sit up and put the berries in front as a Christmas display. So last year I did not decorate for Christmas. Really, I just, we put up the tree. Okay, we is a strong word. My son came and put the tree in and put the angel on top and put the lights on. I did the rest. And then I didn't really take out very much. I didn't take out any of my snowmen or anything because I was having so much trouble walking around that time, and I was just like, no. And most of the household Christmas decorations we have are mine. So, you know, my sister didn't care, didn't want, you know, and she didn't even want to put her ornaments up, which is her choice. You know, I have plenty. So anyway, but I'm looking forward to putting that up as a little Christmas display somewhere, along with, I have nativity berry, and then of course the winter berries, and I'm working on some other Christmas cross stitch. Hopefully one day I'll have that too. All right, now, did I say who that was by? If you couldn't read it, it was by Erica Michaels. So it was a moose. This is Stitchin' Mommy's temperature turtles, and we are now on, I think this one's March, but it might be that one. So we now have 2 turtles. I have to put these lines in on that one, but you can see it is warming up. It was cold around the beginning of the month. It goes around like this and then comes around to the middle. Colder than it was at the beginning of January. Anyway, there we are on the very first day of March. Now, the whole last week of March and the first day no, the whole last week of February and the first day of March, the temperatures were all in the same color range except one, and we had an 82-degree day. And I realize in other parts of the country that sounds like really hot, but it wasn't. I'm cold, and it's beautiful when you're outside. I don't need long sleeves or a jacket, but being in the desert, it gets cold at night. I mean, I still hear the heater kicking on at night. Normally by this time of year, I would have turned off the heat and had, just neither. No air conditioning, no heat, just to save electricity. But I get really cold at night, so I haven't been able to do that yet. So, yeah. So, last Saturday, my sister had been wanting to go to the attic for weeks. And I didn't want to take her because I didn't have money to spend on patterns, and I didn't want to go in and not buy anything, not even look at anything. And the last time that I went, I had to go back out to the car because my foot was hurting so bad. So I was like, no. Finally, I told her, because she was working on something that she needed the thread for. I said, let's go to the attic. And I picked up this, which is, again, a berry by Erica Michaels. My brother-in-law is Jewish. He's a Jewish Christian, but he's Jewish. And his birthday is in May, and hopefully I can finish one of these and FFO it for him. I just haven't decided which one. They're really pretty, aren't they? I believe there are 3 colors. A light blue, a dark blue, and a gold. I looked at it, but I don't remember. Perhaps 4 colors. But I don't know that a berry is appropriate for a guy. So I probably do the pillow. And I had planned to start it at the beginning of March. I haven't started it yet. But I got to give myself time if I want to do it, right? So there's one thread that I need. And I may just pick up the DMC alternative or something, I don't know. But I'm excited. I want to see what it looks like when I finish. My goodness, the reflection is terrible. I don't want to take it out of the little bag. That's, by the way, this is the Addict's bag, not Erica Michaels' bag, but it comes with these little buttons. So 3 of those buttons are supposed to go on the pillow. One here, one here, and one there. So, anyway, that's everything for today. I had hoped to have more done. I don't know if it's spring or what, but I just a while back there was a song that the words are, I just don't feel like doing anything. I think that's a lot of what it's feeling. And I gave myself permission to feel that way. If I don't want to do it, I'm not going to do it. I mean things that are optional, like stitching or, stuff like that. There are some things you have to do whether you want to or not, and I'm still doing those things, but I was just like, no, I don't want to do that. I'm tired. I'm also giving myself permission to say no to a lot of things. So, that is everything. I do not do St. Patrick's Day stuff. I don't hate St. Patrick's Day. I just don't celebrate it. I don't drink. I'm not Irish. I love the fact that the U.S. incorporates all of the different cultures. Edward James Olmos said, it's not a melting pot, it's a salad. Because in a melting pot, everything becomes homogeneous in one thing. But that in a salad, the tomato stays tomato and the lettuce stays lettuce and what have you, right? And I like that description. So the whole world celebrates Cinco de Mayo. The only thing I celebrate about Cinco de Mayo is cheaper tacos and things like that. I don't need Cinco de Mayo to celebrate stuff from Mexico because I already do. But the same thing with St. Patrick's Day and some other things like that. And I have no problem with other people celebrating however they want to, but I just don't. I look at some of the St. Patrick's Day patterns and I'm like, that's cute. But I don't. I'm not like, oh yeah, I gotta stitch that. So I'm just like, I guess I just need to just let it go and just say, it's okay if I don't decorate for St. Patrick's Day. It's okay if I don't wear green. Do you remember in school how many pinches you got for not wearing green? Yeah. Anyway, enough preaching. I will see y'all next week, and I hope you're having a great day and getting some good stitching in, and I'll see you next week. Thanks.